Today is story time, and I'm gonna talk about where I was 5 years ago in regards to confidence, because I think that's something we all want, we all need, and we all yearn to have. So, with that being said, I haven't always had confidence. There are points in my life where I just wanted somebody to love me, and I wanted that more than anything. And that led to lack of self-confidence. I didn't know who I was. I struggled in big groups, and needless to say, in bigger groups still, I don't have the same level of confidence, but I still have confidence in who I allow into my life. I have boundaries on what my values are defined as, and I really can say that, if you can't love yourself, and this is the core of it, like, if you can't love yourself, however you are, however you present, whatever your identity, skin color, orientation, race, whatever, however you are, if you can't love yourself, you're always going to be seeking external validation to prove to yourself that you are valid. So you're going to say, oh, I need a group of friends that are going to tell me that they really like me because I'm really cool. Do you really need that, or do you just embrace who you are and as you are? Do you really need that again? So it comes back to loving yourself, loving your past, loving your present, loving your future. They're all such important pieces of what and who you are. So really accept those elements. I can honestly say that, I would walk with my head down. I was afraid to go out in public as myself, and you should see some of the pictures. I should share some of these on the channel. Like, some of these pictures are amazingly funny, but I tried to put myself out there, even though I knew at that point in time I had like nearly a full beard and short, kind of like, it was really weird, like between gender hairstyles. I mean, it wasn't for me. It definitely other people can rock it. Like I somehow through that whole process, I just wanted one person to love me and love me unconditionally, because I didn't love myself unconditionally. I didn't love who I was, and I think that's such an important point, because I don't know what the turning point was in all of this, of this whole process of loving yourself. Like, I don't know where I got to a point where I was like, oh, that's it, like, boom, eureka, I now love myself. No, I think it was a gradual thing maybe that happened over a period of time, that I was able to slowly build up. Like, it was like you climb a hill, right? I don't know if any hikers out there, but you climb a hill, and every time you take a little pebble up and you set it on the top, and then you take another pebble up to the top, and by the end of it you have this big mound of rocks, of bits of confidence that you've built up, and confidence and pieces of self-love, right? Like, I love the fact, I'm gonna go through this exercise right now. I ask you to do the same thing, sit in the mirror and look at yourself, right? Like, look at yourself and say, I love myself. I love myself for all of these attributes. I bring value to other people's lives. I bring value to my life. I enjoy aspects of life. And again, I haven't always been like this, right? At one point, the top of the mountain had 0 rocks on it. I could look in that mirror and I would really struggle to find things, whether it was career, whether it was relationship, whether it was, family has generally been pretty solid, especially my siblings. My parents is another topic, but yeah, it's like, it's really really important to figure out how to love yourself. So I'm not professing that I have the answers, and honestly, I can't even really articulate how I got to where I am. And by no means am I there, right? I still struggle. I still have, weeks that are just kind of like bummer weeks. But I think, maybe a thought around the time that it takes to walk up that hill, to build that confidence, to step into your truth, to own your identity are really important aspects. And I want you to take those same steps. I want you to walk up that hill. It's not easy walking up the hill into loving yourself and getting rid of the fear of going out or looking at your body or looking at your face and your hair. And yeah, I've got lots of body hair still. But yeah, like, I want you to go through that journey. You deserve for yourself to go through that journey. And you need to acknowledge that the process isn't of loving yourself first before you can expect anybody else to. It is a long process, especially when we've projected, or I'm speaking on my behalf, I've projected self-hatred and, all that kind of nasty stuff pre-transition. So I spent years building that up, and now I need to climb that hill. So this analogy is, depending on when you transition, if you're early, there's less of a hill to climb, right? But if you transition later, the hill is a little bigger, and you've built a lot of negative emotions into that hill. And maybe that's the analogy, right? It's like, okay, I built up all these thoughts on who and what and how I should be, and now I need to climb that hill and add these little pebbles, follow me, right? Add these little pebbles of self-love that, encompass that hill. It's not acknowledging the fact that you've created this hill of maybe self-doubt. So, I think just take some action and take some steps. Maybe do, if you feel inspired or compelled, do some research and share with me. Like, I definitely want to see and hear as well, like, what has worked for you on, climbing that hill of previous expectations and negativity, to put those pebbles of positivity and self-love. Like, what has been your journey to the top? So share that with me, and do your research, and I'll try to think a little bit more and come with maybe a better answer in the future. But that's what I have right now, is a little bit of a story time around my path with my lack of confidence, and to a place where I am not exuding confidence. I'm not running around dancing in the streets and stuff. I mean, I have done that, but it's like, I would say I have a baseline amount of confidence when I go out. I can meet people where they are as they are. Bigger group settings, I struggle. So I've made a little bit of a journey, and I hope that you can share parts of your journey, as well as take those steps to become a better you and to love yourself. You deserve loving yourself.